Hey everybody, coming back at you, feeling slightly better, not 100%, but less like I'm dying than in my video the previous week. So I just wanted to go over with you what's coming up. Again, let me look at the schedule so I don't tell you the wrong thing. Okay, so it looks like this week our job is to continue to discuss Essay 1, which as you know is your article response. Continue with citation practices. I'm just going to put up a review. From what I saw, for the most part, you guys did a good job on your MLA Works Cited pages. It's pretty straightforward, just, taking that information, looking in your style guide or any of the online resources suggested, and basically plugging that information in the correct order. So if, you guys have trouble or you're confused about anything with MLA, just feel free to shoot me an email. Sorry, my child is waking up. Let me mute him so he does not disturb my talk. So the other thing is I want you to produce an outline this week. And the outline it's nothing that I need you to make extremely formal. I know that sometimes instructors have very specific ideas of how an outline should look, and there are, specific guidelines for a true formal outline, but that's not really the goal here. All I want from this outline is just a basic understanding of where you're going with the paper. So literally all I'm expecting is I want a thesis statement. So I want to see specifically the thesis statement that you're planning to make in your paper, and this is really important for me to see. Number one, because you'll have to actually type out your thesis statement and say, hey, this is where I'm going with the paper. And if you haven't quite got that right in your mind, it's good to figure it out in the outline stage so that you can go ahead and fine tune it. It also lets me see the thesis. Like, is the thesis on the right track? Is it not quite where it needs to be? And if it's not, I can look at your outline and sort of say, hey, this is a good start, but you need to sort of adjust slightly. So the outline literally is just for me to kind of see where you are, and it's also to sort of force you to organize your ideas a little bit and sort of see if you have any kind of gaps or anything you're not quite sure about direction wise. So yeah, I force you to make an outline because I think it helps with writer's block later on. If you've outlined the paper even just a small amount, it helps when you actually sit down to write the paper, so you're not just going in blind and getting stuck. So I'm gonna put up a PowerPoint that shows you what I expect from the outline, but I just want to make it clear to you that it can be very simple. I'm looking for a thesis statement. I'm looking for the main points in your paper, so 3 main points. And I'm looking for any kind of sub points you'd like to include, 1 or 2. Just how you're planning on elaborating on the points that you're planning on making. And then also, you'll see in the PowerPoint, there's a conclusion section, like what I want you to put for the essay's conclusion. And here it can just sort of be like 1 sentence if you want to just kind of sum it up. In the past, I've had people write like an entire conclusion or like 3 or 4 sentences of the conclusion because the more that you show me on the outline, the more I can sort of give you feedback. But the entire conclusion isn't required. If you just want to give me like a sentence that sort of shows the way you're planning on summing up the paper, that's fine too. So you will, just let me get this out of the way, you're going to get full credit for the outline if you submit something. So don't get hung up on like, oh my God, is my like Roman numeral 1 and Roman numeral 2? Like, don't worry. I don't care if you do Roman numerals. I don't care if you do bullets, numbers, whatever you want. I just really want to see where you're planning on going with the paper. So don't panic like this outline is a big deal, because it's not. I mean, it is, but only so you can make sure that the paper you write is excellent and that I can give you feedback as you go. So a lot of time spent talking about that outline, but I just wanted you to understand where I'm coming from with it, and I don't want you to, get nervous like it's a big deal assignment, because it's not. I just want to sort of see your plan for the paper. Okay, so I'm talking about that even though it's due next week, because it's due Monday of next week, which isn't typical. Normally we have things due on Fridays, but it's due on Monday. So the idea is that you'll work on it all week and it'll be due Monday. So for that reason, I'm putting it in this week's assignments, not next week's assignments. So that's why it's there. So you can work on that throughout the week. I also, yeah, so that looks like that's it. I'm going to do some review for essay 1. I might put up a little side assignment, but your main job this week is to finish or work on and finish up that outline that's due by Monday, February the 3rd. And then next week, you're going to work on your rough draft, and we're having a short writing assignment, which would be fun. Yeah, so that's what's coming up. So main job this week is outline. Think about your outline, work on your outline, produce some sort of rough outline by Monday, February the 3rd. Good luck, and send me an email if you have any questions or you get stuck or anything at all. Have a great week.